The biggest iPhone update is here, iOS 18. It's got new home screen customization, voice commands, and even a brand new control panel. So let me show you everything new coming to your iPhone. So one of the most mind-blowing new features you just have to try for yourself is that you can now control your iPhone with just your eyes. It is so crazy, and to do this, you just need to head into your settings, then scroll down to accessibility, and scroll down again until you see eye tracking. Just toggle this on, then place your phone down onto something like phone stand, because it'll actually ask you to follow these dots with your eyes so it can learn their movement. It's super simple and it doesn't take very long at all. Now you can literally look at anything on your screen. It'll snap to it and then select it for you. It is just so crazy, and if you want, you can go back into the settings and turn off snap to item, because instead you'll then see this cursor that follows your eye movement. I mean, this is just so cool. Then a brand new music feature that you just have to try is if you go back into accessibility, then scroll down to the hearing section, you'll see this option, music haptics. Head in here and then just turn this on, because now you'll notice that whenever you play music through Apple Music, your iPhone will literally vibrate to the beat. This lets you really feel the music, and it's such a unique feature, but if you're not a fan, you can also turn it off right here. So far, it only works with Apple Music, so for Spotify listeners, you'll have to wait just a little bit longer. But now, let's move on to everything new with customization, because man, there's a lot of good stuff. Okay, something really cool is you'll now notice that whenever you press any side button, you'll actually see this little press animation. It's the attention to these little details that really make iPhone stand apart. Then it's about time, but we can finally tap and hold down onto any app and drag it to anywhere on the screen.
Has it been 10 years already?
Which previously, as you may remember, icons would always snap back to the top, and it limited customization a lot. But with this new update, as you can see, you can go with literally any layout that better suits your wallpaper and design. But besides moving app icons, if you tap on this edit button, you can also now finally customize the app icons, like making them small or larger. But the most exciting new thing here is changing their tint color to basically any color you'd ever want. So now if you want orange icons, you can have orange. If you want blue or purple, or maybe you want something minimalistic and just plain white. Then there's also dark mode app icons, and basically this just makes the icons a bit darker in color but still keeps their main color scheme. And for now, this does seem to only work with native apps and not any other apps. The lock screen also got a tiny but substantial update, because now you can finally change the corner app shortcuts to literally anything from this super long list of different shortcuts. Personally, I really like the pin my watch option, because if you ever misplace or lose your watch. And there's even this open app shortcut where you can choose from all the different apps on your phone, like YouTube, WhatsApp, or for me, it was Spotify, for example, which you can then open straight from the lock screen. And now let me show you how to customize the heck out of the control center. Now, the new control center is kind of like on steroids. The first thing you'll notice is that it now splits into different pages. So you have your main page, then a music/media page, your home controls, and then a connectivity page. But if you tap on this plus icon in the top left-hand side, you can swipe down and actually add your own pages. At the bottom of every page, you'll see this add control button, and once you tap on it, you can choose from so many different controls. Then once you've added a control, you'll notice this little handle that if you tap and drag on it, can actually resize the entire icon. So you can actually choose to have a boxy control panel, maybe one with a bunch of different small icons, or even a horizontal design like these two. I mean, you can really customize it a lot now. And just like with home screen apps, you can also tap and drag on these icons to anywhere on the control page to really customize it to the way you want. What I also really like is you can actually change the order of your pages. So if you tap and hold, then select the entire box and drag down, then let go where you want it to be, you'll notice your media page is now at the bottom. Pretty cool. You can also completely remove a control page just by tapping that little minus icon in case you want things a little less cluttered and neat. Then to navigate pages, you can just tap and hold down on the side, then swipe down, or you can just tap on the pages icon and it'll jump to it. But for now, you just gotta see how you can lock and hide your apps. Okay, so if you want to lock any of your apps, the first thing you'll have to do is inside settings and Face ID, just make sure that your passcode is actually turned on. And once you've done that and set up your password, I'd also suggest you have Face ID turned on as well. Now, if you go into the home screen and tap and hold down on any app like Photos, for example, you'll see this new Require Face ID button right at the bottom. Just tap on that, then tap on Require Face ID again, and bam, the app will scan your face and lock itself. So now, anytime you open that app, it'll automatically try to use Face ID or ask you to use your passcode. Then if you want to hide an app, it's the same process. Just tap and hold down onto it and select Face ID again. But this time, you'll notice you can choose Hide and Require Face ID. Then just tap on Hide App again and you'll now notice it completely vanish from your home screen. Now, the only place you'll find it is inside this hidden app folder. And again, to open this up, you'll need either Face ID or your passcode, and then all your secret apps will be revealed. Nice. Just keep in mind that for now, you can lock any app, literally any app. But you can only hide apps you've downloaded from the App Store and that weren't already pre-installed on the phone. And speaking of apps, you'll also notice a brand new app called Passwords. And this app is so nifty, I'm pretty sure all of you are going to use it. So with this app, you can find the passwords of literally any Wi-Fi you've ever connected to. And if you tap on the password, you can then quick and easily just copy it. There's even security codes that if you take a closer look, regenerate every 30 seconds. And the best part, if you want, you can tap on all, then this little plus icon in the bottom right, and actually add whatever password you want to save, which is just so useful. And this app will also tell you if any of your passwords have been compromised and you need to change them ASAP. So from all of the new features on iOS 18, these next three are a total must-know for everyone. Firstly, back inside your settings, then back inside accessibility, you'll find this vocal shortcuts option. And this is just such a cool feature, guys. How it works is you just need to set up a vocal shortcut. So if you tap on continue, then here you can select exactly what you'd like your shortcut to be, like to take a screenshot, for example. Now over here, just type in what phrase you'd like to use to take that screenshot, like snappy snap. It'll then ask you to repeat that phrase 3 times, and just make sure you say it in the most normal, natural way you usually would. And now, if I just say snappy snap, my phone will take a screenshot for me without me doing anything else. Pretty cool, huh? And you can do this for basically anything, like louder to turn the volume up, or you could say controls and it'll open the control center, or you could say switch up and open up recents. For the second new feature, you'll now notice the flashlight has this brand new look, where of course you can adjust the brightness, but aside from that, if you swipe left or right, you can actually adjust how wide or narrow you want the flashlight to be. And here you can see exactly what a difference it's making. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty impressive. Then something else you may not have noticed, but now the flashlight will actually dim down instead of just switch off, which is a nice little torch. And for the third feature you gotta know is back inside accessibility and motion, here you'll see show vehicle motion cues. And this is something I've never seen before, but if you're in a car with your phone, you'll now notice these little dots appear on your screen, which are specifically made to help get rid of motion sickness. And what's crazy is it even works on a flight. And I haven't tested it yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll work on a boat too. Okay, so texting on the updated Messages app is actually kind of next level now. To begin with, reactions are now a lot better, so you get a few extra ones you can react with. But if you tap on this little icon, you can actually just straight up pick from any emoji you'd like, which is so neat. But what's even better is if you're typing out a message, then highlight part of it and press this little A icon over here, you'll find these brand new text effects. These basically give your messages a little extra pizzazz and just make them stand out. You can also apply those text effects to your entire message instead of just a word if you want. I mean, if you send text effects with send effects, you can get some pretty funky chats. Also inside the Messages app, if you now press the plus icon, you'll notice this epic feature called Send Later, where you can now basically choose a specific time or date to have this message sent out. Honestly, I just freaking love this. And besides the obvious, like using this to send birthday messages, something a bit more fun you can use this for is to actually send messages to your future self. And you can even do this with photos. You can use a funny GIF to lift your mood, or a video to even remind you of something important. I mean, it could literally be anything. Apple also released RCS, so you can finally text between Android and iPhone over Wi-Fi. But now, let's move away from texting and into some insane calculating. Okay, so it looks like the same old calculator app we've had for years, but it's actually got some sick new features. Like if you tap on the calculator icon, you'll now see a bunch of new things. First up is math notes. And basically how it works is when you start a new note, you can give it a title, then actually start calculating sums in this note, but your iPhone will actually solve them for you as you're typing. Which, let's not lie, is so cool, but what's even more mind-blowing is if you instead start writing down your sum using the markup tool, your iPhone will still answer them and even use the same handwriting as yours. I mean, this is just nuts at how good it is. It also works for really long, complicated sums as well. Like, this calculator app is so next level. But besides the math notes, there's even this new conversion calculator on top of that. So you can quickly convert something from kilometers to miles, for example, and as you type it in, it instantly converts it. But what I especially love about this conversion calculator is if you tap on that icon, you can choose from so many different things, but it even comes with a currency converter that has so many currencies and is kept up to date with the current exchange rate. So you can pretty much do everything with numbers now, all in just this one app. That's nifty. Now I gotta show you the Notes app because it also got a few updates. If you tap on the attach icon, you'll notice you can now record audio directly in your notes. It works just like the voice memo app, and once you're done, you'll see your voice note, but you'll notice it's even transcribed it. The voice memo app is still there if you need it, but I think just having everything in the Notes app is just a bit more tidy. Then another little new trick you can now do in Notes is if you highlight something, then go into the Format tab, you'll see this new text recolor option that pretty much just changes the color of your text. A simple and small feature, but I've been wanting this for ages. So by far, the biggest new update that a lot of us are going to have to get used to is the new Photos app. It's been completely redesigned and I'm actually not a big fan of it, but there is a way to make it a lot better, and that's by getting rid of all these new collections. So if you scroll right to the bottom, you'll actually notice this little customize icon, and once you tap on this, you can deselect a bunch of different albums, but I like to keep people, pets, and utilities, and I'll show you why in a moment. But once that's done, you'll notice it's just so much easier to navigate and a lot less cluttered with all those collections. Then search also got a major update where you can literally just type in exactly what you're looking for, like monkey for example. Your iPhone will then show you all the photos and videos you have of monkeys, but another little trick is if you tap on these three little dots in the top right hand side and tap on show in all photos, what this will do is take you to all the photos that were taken at the same time as that original one. You can also search for specific dates or just type in something like 6 months ago and find whatever it is you're looking for, and it's literally as simple as that. What I do really like about the new Photos app is it has this new utility section where your iPhone will automatically categorize all your photos and videos into specific albums like illustrations, for example. And if you've got any pets, then you will love this one. Because if you go into a picture of them now and tap the info icon, you'll notice this little icon of their face with a question mark. And if you tap on it, it'll prompt you to name your pet. Then once that's done, check this out. In the People and Pets collection, you'll find all your pets' photos nice and organized. Now, if you have an action button, there's a few new things you can do with it too. So inside settings under the action button section, if you swipe right, you'll now find this new action button setting called controls. And these controls are basically the exact same control shortcuts you'll find in the new control panel. So you can literally turn on a timer with just the action button now. You could turn on dark mode if you wanted to. You could turn on airplane mode, or basically do anything that you can do inside the control panel just straight with the action button now. And because the action button is most likely going to be on future iPhones, this little feature opens up a lot of customization options. So iOS 18 has a ton of cool features, but if you want to see my video on Apple Intelligence and the new Siri, then make sure you sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!